Hey guys, what's going on? Sahil here. So the other day I received an email from a potential client and it said, wow, your response time is either insane or you are an AI nerd like I am and you've got a great automated workflow for this. Either way, I'm impressed. I'm booked in for tomorrow. Talk to you soon. They got me, and I do have an automated workflow for when my clients reach out to me. And in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. We are going to leverage Airtable's brand new AI feature to build this automated workflow from start to end. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so here I am on the Miro board. And as always, I'm going to walk you through the game plan for the automated workflow that we are going to be building together today. So first piece on the setup is my website, sahilkhosla.com. It is hosted via Software. And this website is pretty simple. It's a single page and contains a form. So this form is for anyone who is interested in my services. What they can do is they can fill out the form, provide some details about what they're interested in, and that information is sent over to Airtable through Software. So once the information reaches Airtable, where I maintain all my leads, that's where the magic happens. This is where the Airtable's automation kicks in, and it is going to process the incoming requests and write a response for me. Now, at this stage, I could send the response back to the lead automatically through the email connection. But what I have is an additional step. And I need the step because I want to review the message that was written by AI. I don't trust AI enough yet to be able to respond to my leads automatically. I'm sure I will get there, but for now, I still like to maintain this review step. So the message comes in to me through Slack. Hey, there's a new lead. Feel free to review this response. And if it looks good, then I just have to hit a button, and then that response is sent back to the lead automatically through Airtable's automation again. So that's the setup. And now let's take a look at how we are going to make this work. So let me go over to my website. And here, if I walk all the way down to the bottom, is this form that I mentioned. So this is the work with me form. And once we fill this out, the information is going to end up in this table in Airtable. It's my base for sahilkhosla.com, and I just have one table here called leads. Pretty basic setup. And so let me fill this out. And here I have a demo view, which is basically filtered by created date. So we will only see the leads that are going to come in during this demo. Let me go back here and fill it out. So I'll just say full name is Sahil. Let's say my company is No Code University. No, that's my email. So sk.ncnp@gmail.com. And for the company, it'll be No Code University. Company size, I'll say 0 to 10. And let's say I'm interested in workflow automation. Refer, I notice I don't have YouTube here. I should definitely add that in. So for now, I'll go with other. And the message is that we're looking to automate some of our course creation and publishing workflow. Okay, saw a couple of your YouTube videos and we would like to work with you. We'd like to work with you. Great. So it's a typical message I receive through this form. So I'm going to hit submit. There we go. The form has been submitted. It says, thank you for sharing the details. I will be in touch shortly. Perfect. So that seems to be working. I haven't tried that in a while. So let's go over to Airtable and see what happened. So this is the entry that I just created. What university, workflow automation, blah, blah, blah. And look at that. I also have a response here ready for me. And what also happens is that I get a notification in my Slack. So in the Scratchpad channel. So let's see what we got. So it says new lead, and new lead just came in and a response is ready for your review. The original message. So this is the message I typed in my form. We are looking to automate some of our course creation and publishing workflow. Saw a couple of your YouTube videos and we'd like to work with you. So this was the original message. And check this out. It created a subject for me, course automation collaboration with EduTech. This could be optimized. Again, I don't want to say EduTech. I'll just say the name of the company there. So this is part of the review process. And then the email text. So it says, thanks for reaching out to my website. Glad to hear you're interested. I can help you with the services you're looking for. And I appreciate that you saw a couple of my YouTube videos and would like to work with me. So let's schedule a time. Here's my calendar link. Looking forward to our discussion. So pretty good. So if the subject was okay, I would have just clicked the respond button here and that would have sent the response to the original email. But since I don't like the subject, I'll typically click here on view more details. So if I click here, it takes me back to Airtable and it's going to open this record in the detail view so that I can make the edits here if I want. So that's the setup. So let's build how all of this is happening. And actually, let me just to wrap this up, let me also show you the status currently is in review. And if I were to click on respond here, what's going to happen is, since updated in Airtable, it's going to change the status to respond. And based on the status, I have another automation that is going to then send the email. So we're going to create all of this from scratch. So let's go to automation. So we're not going to use make today. For this, we are just going to leverage Airtable automation and Airtable AI. Let me click on automations. So as you can see, I already have 2 of them here. Let me turn those off and let's start from scratch. So I'll create a new one and call this new lead notification and auto response workflow or something like that. So how does this work? So, well, Airtable gives us several triggers. And in this case, we can just use the one when a record is created because the record is created through software and we can just listen on that condition. So I'll say when a record is created, and then I have to select the table. I only have one table, so I'll say leads table. And now the next step is, okay, when the record is created, what do you want to do? The first step is that we want to get the information from the record and generate our responses, right? So the first step we will take is generate with AI. So typically before Airtable AI was an option, you would have to make a webhook call over to OpenAI or Make or something like that and then generate the response and get it back. But now with this, currently it's free and it's going to be paid in future, but it's only going to be $6 a month or something. So pretty good deal if you're going to be using this pretty often. So no need to make any webhook calls. We're just going to use the AI within Airtable. So we select generate with AI. And this is just an action that you take in this automation based on when this trigger fires off. So for generate with AI, this one I'm going to call create email copy. And here you're given the prompt. So I'll say I write a response to the incoming lead and in the following format. So I'll say hi, first name. And we will replace this with variables in a second. Let me just write the prompt first. Hi, first name. Thanks for, I'll say para 1. Thanks for reaching out through my website. Para 2, interested in helping you with your request as mentioned in the message. Again, the message is going to be something we will use from the original message that was sent in. And just to highlight that these things we need to replace, I'll add the brackets around them. And then para 3 is going to be, let's schedule, are you available to schedule a call, or let's get on a call to discuss further. You can book through my calendar at this link. And we will say the link is calendly.com/Sahil Khosla. So grab that in. And finally, closing, looking forward, and a signature, regards, Sahil, or something like that. Perfect. So that's the prompt. And all we have to do is replace the first name with the actual variable coming in. So let me scoot that over. And here we will say, take the first name from the original record where this automation was triggered from. And then finally for the message, same thing as mentioned in the message. And the message is going to be also from the original record. So now this prompt has some variable data that comes in from the form that was submitted by the lead. Perfect. So we're going to leave everything as is, and let's go ahead and test the action and see what we get. So run test, and I'm going to select this latest one that came in. Awesome. So let's see what it generated. Hey, if you're enjoying this tutorial, you might want to check out No Code University, where I have a ton of practical courses on similar topics, including Airtable and Zapier. You can learn everything you need to know to unlock high-income opportunities in the no-code and AI space. To get started, you can find the link in the description below. Now back to the video. So it says, hey, thank you for reaching out. I'm very interested, blah, blah. We're looking to automate some. What it did is, as with your requests as mentioned in your message, so it added the message as it is. So that's not great. So we need to update the prompt, but everything else looks fine. Let's get on a call to discuss further. You can book through my calendar at this link, blah, blah. Okay, so let's go back here and update the prompt and tell it to say interested in helping you with your request as mentioned in the message. So yeah, that prompt is not great. So we'll say, show my interest in helping them for the request that was mentioned in their message. And the message can be added back through the message field. And let's try it one more time. Test action. I think it took it word for word. So yeah, the prompting could definitely be better, but you get the idea. Okay, there we go. I'm interested in helping you automate your course creation and publishing workflow. It's great that you found my YouTube videos helpful. I'm excited, blah, blah. Okay, great. So that's looking a lot better. So this part is now done and we'll leave it as is. And one more thing we need to do is we need to use the generate with AI again to create a subject for this email that we are going to be sending. So we'll say create email subject. And here I'll say, give me a short email subject, no more than 3 to 4 words based on the email copy here. And the copy is going to come from the previous step. So we will take the copy from here, the response, move that to the end. There we go. And don't mention the word subject. It sometimes tends to do that. And don't mention the word project. Use a format like this. So let's say NCU course automation or something like that. So let's see. So test again. And when we test this, it automatically takes a response that is available to it. So it says course workflow call. That's not great. So maybe let's give it some more context. Email subject, no more 3 more based on the email copy here. This is for an email for a response to an incoming lead expressing my interest in helping them. So let's try again. Test action. Okay, so course workflow call, again, not great. Maybe I need to give it more examples, but we'll leave it at that for now. You get the idea. And again, that's why we go through the review process to check the results generated by AI to be able to modify them if needed. Okay, so we have the data. So what we're going to do now is we are going to use the update action. So update record and same table, leads table, and the record is going to be where the workflow was triggered. So when the record is created, get the Airtable record ID. And the field that I want to update is 2 of them. So one is the initial response. So there I will add the response that is generated by AI in step 2. And response, there we go. And then the second one is going to be the subject. And here I will add the subject generated by AI in step number 3. There we go. So take that. And so what this will do is, if you go back to the Miro board, so we did this already. We got the results in Airtable. And then what we're working on right now is this magic part. So basically, that's why the arrow points back to Airtable, because we're using the automation and then updating the Airtable record that was created through software. So let's close this tab. And back here in the automations flow. So this part is now done. So we have the response back in Airtable. So now what we need to do is we need to send a Slack message with all this information so that we can review it when a lead comes in. So we'll add one more step and select Slack for that. Send an actionable message. So the difference between a message and an actionable message is that an actionable message comes with a button and you can attach an action to that button, for example, updating the status of the record. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll say select my personal Slack account, send to a channel, and I'm going to select the Scratchpad channel. There we go. The title is going to be new lead alert. And the message is going to be, hey, a new lead just came in. And we're going to write the original message. So I'm going to bold that original message. And that is going to contain the actual message. There we go. And the message is going to come in from the original record, just like we gave it to the prompt. And that should be added here. And then let's give it some space, and we'll say, I wrote a draft for you, or a draft was written and it's ready for your review. Not required, but just to make the message nice and clear. So we'll say subject, and this should be a response draft was written. So email subject is going to come from the previous step, which is generate with AI. And the email copy or email message is going to be, I'm going to put it in a new line, and that is going to come in from the other AI step. There we go. And then finally, we'll say you can click on the respond button below to send this response to the lead, or modify the response at this link. So here we will add the link, which is going to be the original record link, and just say here, there we go. So now it will send a message, And now it's asking me, okay, so what do you want to update, or where do you want to update, make an update? So I'll say leads table, record ID again is going to be the original record where this whole thing triggered. And the button is going to be a button called respond. It could be looks good or something like that. And when you click the button, it's asking you, what do you want to update when you click the button? What should happen when you click the button? So I'll say select the status field and update it to change it from review. Review is the default status, and change it from review to respond. So we change it to respond. Very good. What we're going to do is we're going to test this out. And once this all works, then we will come back and create the second automation, which is going to send the email when the status changes. Okay, so let's test it out. Select the record. I'm going to go all the way back to the bottom and run the automation for the No Code University request that I sent in. So it's going to create the copy again, generate with the AI, update the record, and then send a Slack message. Still running. Oh, I see. So actually it's running still because it is waiting for me to take an action. So let me go to Slack and check this out. So we have the message that says new lead alert. A new lead just came in, and here's a subject, and here's a message. Thank you for reaching out to my website. It's great to hear that you found my YouTube videos helpful. I'm confident we can create an efficient solution tailored to your needs. So pretty good. Let's get on a call to discuss this further. You can book a time, blah, blah, and looking forward to our conversation. So here's the link, which is great. I can open the record here, and currently it's already in response status because I did that previously. Let me change it back to review. And now I'm going to click the respond button here and see what happens. So updated in Airtable. Now it's changed to respond, and let's see if our automation is complete. So this, we got a green check here, meaning our automation is now complete. Very good. So this is great. So let's turn this on. And what I'm going to also do now is we are going to build the second automation, which is going to be to send the email. So send response to a new lead or something like that. And for this one, we are going to listen on that status change from review to respond. So here we will look for a trigger condition that's called when a record is updated. So when a record is updated, and again, we select the table leads, and it says which view. We can keep it the default view, but we only care about one field getting updated, not all of the fields. We only want this to trigger when the status field is updated. So I'm going to select the field, and that's going to be status. And I'm going to add another step here, which is going to be an if condition that I only want to fire this if, where's my if condition? Oh, there we go, conditional logic. So if the status equals respond, then proceed, otherwise don't do anything. And here it's a simple one, send an email. Actually, I want to use my Gmail, so delete this. This uses the Airtable default email. So I'll use my Gmail, there we go, send email. And the account is going to be my Gmail account. And the two here is going to be the original email provided to us by the lead. So again, we go back to the record and look for the email. And for the subject, of course, we have the subject now. So we just need to map it out. And we'll select the subject. And for the message, all we have to do is take the initial response from the same way as we got it for the Slack message. So we add it here, and then no attachment for now. Let's try a preview, run test, and we select this one. So there we go, now created the email. And if we run it, it will actually send it. So very good. So let's turn this on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the leads. And this one, I'm going to change it back to review. And I will fire the original automation again. We'll say test automation, select a record, this one again, run automation. This is what would have happened if a new lead comes in, and I should get a Slack message, another one here. Okay, there we go. So this one just came in. This was the original one. This is the new one that just came in at 2:28 p.m. So now I'm going to click on respond. So it's going to update the lead back to respond. And now let's check out the other automation, which is send response to new lead. And if you look at the run history, it ran successfully, and it sent me an email to this email address, which is the original email address. So let's go over to my Gmail inbox, and here we go. We got a subject saying course workflow call. It says, hey, thank you for reaching. And so this is the same message. And just by a click of a button, an email was sent back to the lead that came in. So this can all happen pretty quickly because like as soon as I submit, I get a Slack notification within seconds. And all I have to do is modify the message or just click on the respond button. And then from there, it fires back. So pretty convenient workflow end to end, pretty handy. So at this point, we have tested out all of this. So we tested out the Airtable, we created the automation, we sent the message to Slack, and then we made the connection using the button back to Airtable, which updates the status. And then based on the updated status, the second automation kicks in and sends the email to the original email address provided to us by the lead. Awesome. That's pretty much it. I hope this was useful and you can implement this certainly using other methods as well. For example, with Make and OpenAI, totally doable. But yeah, like this way, you don't have to write the response by hand and get back to your leads quickly and impress them. So I'll stop here for this one and see you next time. Thank you.